thank you for joining me for another episode of What the Smut Book Reviews. My name is Candace and I am your congenial host. Sometimes aggressive, sometimes rude, sometimes ridiculous, all the time ridiculous. But that's what you came to see. And if you're not here on purpose, then I'm sorry for what you're gonna see. But I hope you're weird enough to stick around for more. God, that's about as good of a catch line as you can get, right? That's, if I'm gonna sell myself, might as well be honest about it, right? Okay, so thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you are a repeat viewer, if you're not, hi, my name is Candace, hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for being brave. Good on you. Proud of you. And in What the Smut Book Reviews, I review smut, romance novels, Regency, historical, paranormal, contemporary, erotica, porn, basically lady porn. In the written word, lady porn. In today's video, I am going to review for you guys the second book in J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood series. It is called Lover Eternal. This book is about Rhage, that's R-H-A-G-E, and the female character's name is Mary, because she's just sweet as pie. So, if you are part of the romance world, if you read romance novels, you know who J.R. Ward is. You've read this series. I know you have. Like, it's pretty well known, okay? The books are about a group of vampires who are in an eternal battle with what is called the Lessening Society. It's just like a group of slayers who, you know, are hell-bent on eradicating. It's a tale as old as time. And that's appropriate, and I'll tell you why. Because the male character in this book, Rhage, has a beast living within him. It is not a growly bear type beast, but it is a dragon type beast, which really doesn't apply, but still you can see where the dots connect. So just let it go. Let me have this one, okay? He is cursed. I don't remember. Is he cursed or is this just the way it is? I don't know. But he's essentially the more like the most out there member of the gang, you know what I mean? Like he has to have sex constantly to assuage his inner dragon beast thing. He meets this girl. She's like such a cutie patootie. She's such a goody goody. And she calms him, which again, I'm not going to sing for you guys. I'm not going to do it again. I won't subject you to that. And yeah, it is a tale as old as time, right? So the Black Dagger Brotherhood series has umpteen number of books in it. I'm not sure. It's a lot. There are a lot of books in this series, and there have been several like spin-off series. Like I think there's like Black Dagger Legacies and like something else Black Dagger. I can't remember what it is, but I read these books many a year ago. I would say probably like 10 years ago. I read like the first, like everything that was published up until that point, I had read. And I was obsessed with this series. And then I moved and all of my books got left behind and I fell off of the reading wagon for a bit, and many other books were released after that. And when I started getting back into reading and I could devote the time and I could devote the money and whatever, you know, I was reading so many different authors that to try and catch up on this series became like a monumental task, which I'm now endeavoring to do. So, I have read like the first, I want to say 8, 9, 10, something like that. But it's been so long that I'm one of those people that has to like go back from the beginning and reread the whole fucking series, because I can't give a review on something that I'm not gonna, you know. Luckily, these books stand out to me. So for the most part, I think I'm okay. At least with certain ones, because obviously you have like your favorite, you know, like it's a brotherhood. You have your favorite brothers that you're like obsessed with. And you know, those books you don't forget. Like you don't forget the plot. You don't forget the names. You don't forget, you know, like Rhage. So he's the second book in the series, and he was up to that point my favorite character, because there had obviously only been one other book, and like, okay, not very deep. I'm not a deep person. But I don't know. There's just something about him. So, I will read you guys the blurb in just a second. I'm going to give you guys all the deets for this book, and then read the blurb, and then give you my rating, and then do my little closing spiel, and then hang up. Not really hang up. I mean, I'm recording my phone, so I guess it is technically hanging up, but whatever. So this book has 462 pages. The Kindle and Nook version of this book can be bought right now for $1.99. The mass market paperback for this book is $7.99 on Amazon. The audiobook for this is available through Audible for $9.99, which, you know, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to do this, but I'm going to do it. I don't understand why a digital copy of something or an audio copy of something costs more than the physical book. Maybe there's like a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that I'm not privy to. Like, I know obviously the person that narrates the audiobook has to be paid, and like studio equipment has to be, you know, rented and paid for and whatever. Like, I get it, okay? But I don't imagine that it can cost more to do that one time, and then you can just make umpteen bajillion copies of that audio file for like free or for very little money. And that it can somehow manage to cost more than a printed book that takes a cover and pages and printing and ink and binding, and I don't get it. Somebody explain it to me. Like, if there's like a whole thing behind the scenes in production that explains why this is the way it is, and you know it, comment below, because I'm lost. Especially with like the ebook version of these. I've seen ebooks cost the same or more than the actual book on like Amazon, or like eBay is like, you know, eBay is kind of tricky because, you know, it's individual sellers and they'll try and fuck you over at the slightest opportunity. But like Amazon, why is the audiobook or the ebook, well, in this case, the ebook's only $1.99 for this, so I can't really fuck around on that. But like, I've seen books where it's like the mass market paperback is $7.99, but the ebook is $9.99. Why? It's literally someone scanned the pages and put them in a certain format that PS the internet can convert for you. And you're charging $2 more than the printed actual version of the book. I don't get it. Help. Anyway, end of rant. This book is currently for sale on eBay used for around $5 with shipping. Some of them have like, they're like $5 and change with free shipping. Some of them are like $3 plus like $2 shipping. It's the same shit. It's like $5, okay? These books have been out for a hot minute. At least this one has. So you may be able to find these at like your Goodwill if you have a good Goodwill. I have shitty Goodwills near me, so I never find anything good. But if you have a decent Goodwill with a decent book selection, and apparently your town is like, has a higher population of whores and people who, women who read these books. That's so terrible. That's so terrible to say. You're not a whore okay? Just because you read smut. You're not even a whore if you like sex. Do you? You know what I'm saying? Just get in there. Do it. But again, you know, like, you may have a higher population of women who read romance novels, and so your Goodwill would have these. And you'll get them for like 50 cents or like $1. You can't go wrong with that, right? So, I'll read you guys the blurb, and then we can break it down a little bit, and then yada, 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 yada. If you watch any of my other videos, I'm not, same spiel, okay? So the blurb for this book, which I'll just read from the back because it looks like exactly the same as what I copied from Amazon. So on the back of the book, there's like a little blurb, like a little snippet thingy at the top, which I think kind of gives like an overall view of like, you know, like a little teaser of like what the series is about. Not particularly this book, but I'm gonna read it anyway. So it says, in the shadows of the night in Caldwell, New York, there's a deadly turf war raging between vampires and their slayers. There exists a secret band of brothers like no other, 6 vampire warriors, defenders of their race. Possessed by a deadly beast, Rhage is the most dangerous of the Black Dagger Brotherhood. Okay, so it is, the last little sentence was definitely about this book, but you see that you get the point. So the blurb itself for this book says, within the Brotherhood, Rhage is the vampire with the strongest appetites. He's the best fighter, the quickest to act on his impulses, and the most voracious lover. For inside him burns a ferocious curse cast by the scribe virgin. So the scribe virgin is like their version of like a deity or a god or goddess or whatever. She's like the vampire race's, you know what I'm saying? Owned by his dark side, Rhage fears the times when his inner dragon is unleashed, making him a danger to everyone around him. Mary Luce, a survivor of many hardships, is unwittingly thrown into the vampire world and reliant on Rhage's protection. With a life-threatening curse of her own, Mary is not looking for love. She lost her faith in miracles years ago, but when Rhage's intense animal attraction turns into something more emotional, he knows that he must make Mary his alone. And while their enemies close in, Mary fights desperately to gain life eternal with the one she loves. Okay, so that gave you a pretty decent description of Rhage. Like he's cursed with the beast inside him, and during fights with the Lessening Society, that beast is let loose because obviously it's a better fighter than a normal vampire and whatever, and it can just like wipe the streets with these bastards. So that happens, but when that happens, Rhage has no control over the beast, and in fact, blacks out and remembers nothing of what happened during the time that the beast was loose. Okay. So his deepest, darkest fear is that the beast will come out and he will hurt or kill one of his brothers, one of his gang of other vampires. So he hates the beast. He's terrified of it. He, you know, whatever. He has a healthy respectful fear, I guess you would call. So for a period of time after the beast has been let loose and then he's transformed back into his normal self, he is like devoid of all energy. He like can't walk. He's temporarily blinded. He has very like blurry vision. He can't like see. He's, you know, his senses are very dulled, etc., etc. So he relies on the other brothers to take care of him. And after that, he's like, during that time, he's very vulnerable. So he tries not to let the beast out unless he absolutely has to. But when you're fighting a pack of slayers, shit happens, you know what I'm saying? So it gets out there. So Mary Luce is, like I said, like she's very demure, very sedated character, like very sweet and, you know, nice. And I think she works in like a call center, if I'm remembering correctly. If I'm not, then y'all are gonna come for me, but yeah. So she, spoiler alert, because you know you're gonna figure it out within the first couple chapters anyway. So she is essentially dying from an illness, and when Rhage first meets her, he is post-battle and he runs across her and he can't see her properly, but he can scent her, and he just falls in love with like her scent, and he knows that that's like his person. You know what I mean? Like that's his mate. That's the one. He doesn't know that she's sick. He finds that out later on, and it's like this huge struggle between, you know, like the scribe virgin cursed me with this, but like I would give, you know, it gets to the point where I would give my life for you to save her, and you know, it's cute. It's very cute. At the time, I was in love with this book. Like, it was like my favorite in the series. Even after I read subsequent books in the series, it remained one of my favorites in the series. Rhage remained one of my favorite brothers in the Brotherhood. But yeah, so that's that on that. That's essentially the thing. Like they're fighting the Slayers, while at the same time Rhage has to deal with the moral issue of, you know, the girl he's just fallen in love with and realizes his life mate is dying, and how you gonna get out of that? You know? Like how you gonna, we need a miracle, right? So that's what the book is about. For the rating for this book, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. During the time when I read these books voraciously, I was legit obsessed with the series. I'm sure I will be again as I get back into reading the newer books, because I do have some catching up to do, but I will review them as I read them, I guess. I will probably do more reviews for the series up to the point where I stopped reading. And then after that, it'll take me a little bit longer to crank out those reviews for that series, because I will have to actually sit down and read the whole book from beginning to end. So it will be new experience for me. But the series is amazing. J.R. Ward is amazing. The writing style of these books is awesome. I will tell you, disclaimer, that the language style is a little bit dated, I guess you would call it. Like, so there are certain parts of the book where certain characters are speaking, and you can tell like they're just characters that have been alive for like hundreds and thousands and whatever, how many ever years. And so they still in their speech use words like unto. I give unto you this advice, or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So like there's that kind of speech sometimes, but it's not deterring at all. It's not like off-putting at all. You can, once you get immersed in the story, once you get immersed in the characters and the plot and the Brotherhood itself, that won't even be a thing for you. Like you won't even really notice it. It just becomes the way people talk. Okay. So the book is amazing. The series is amazing. Pretty much everything J.R. Ward writes is amazing. I would highly recommend this book to you and all of the books in this series to you. Yeah. What more can I say? I got nothing else. It's hot in here. I'm sweating. So I would definitely recommend that you guys pick up this book. If you can find it used, great. If you can't, you know, you can get the mass market paperback on Amazon, brand new for $7.99. Go for it. You won't be disappointed. If you want to read them in order, you will want to go back and read Dark Lover, which is the first book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. It is Wrath's book, who is the king of the, basically like the king of the vampires. His book is first, and Rhage is the second book in the series. There have been a good number of books after this. You can visit J.R. Ward's website, and it will give you a listing like in order. So don't fuck it up like I normally do and read book 12 in a series that you didn't know was part of a series. Okay? Be smarter than Candace. All right? So yeah, I'll give this book an 8.5. I recommend you guys read this book and the series, and that's all I have. If you like me and you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so you get notifications when I upload a new video. In the past, I have tried to upload 2 videos a week, usually on Mondays and Thursdays. Lately, I've kind of fallen off because I had a little shoulder procedure done, so I was MIA for about a week. I'm going to try and get back on the schedule of at least 1 video a week for the next few weeks as I heal, and then after that, hopefully back to 2 videos a week. If not, whatever. So, please subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up if you are a fan of J.R. Ward and you didn't find me completely off-putting. I would really appreciate it. If you'd like to leave me a comment below, I would also really appreciate comments. I fucking love comments. Like, I literally love comments. Like, I read all my comments. I heart all my comments unless you're being bitchy. I respond and reply to all my comments because I'm not famous and nobody fucking cares who I am. And so why wouldn't I show you some love because you showed me some love? If you'd like to follow me on my social media pages, I do have a members only Facebook group, and I do have an Instagram and a Twitter account, and I will link all of those below in the description box and put a little banner right here at the bottom so that you guys can see the names of those accounts. I would really appreciate a follow. I would really love to see you guys in my Facebook group so that we can chat and share memes and, you know, discuss other inappropriate novels that we've read that are like our dirty little secrets. I really appreciate you guys joining me for another review and sticking with me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay? I love you so much. Bye! I am running out of thumbnail poses. I've done everything under the sun. If you can think of it, I've done it. Like, look shocked. Oh. Look scared. Ooh. Oh, you know, look disgusted. That I gotta capture my audience. You know what I'm saying? The fuck is going on here? Are you curly or are you straight? The fuck are you doing? God, they say you shouldn't curse in the first like minute of your video or else you'll be demonetized. But I'm not monetized anyway, so who gives a shit? Shit. Who gives a shit? 40 seconds in. Take that, YouTube. And the fuck is that noise? It's fucking, there's like cicadas outside my window. Die, devil bugs. Charlotte, I'm gonna beat you. I love you.
I love you.
What are you doing over there?
I got some chips.
You're eating chips?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be eating supper. She came in and said, hug and kiss. She knows what she's doing.
She's annoying me so
Oh
bad.
my God, are you annoyed?
Yeah.
Are you annoyed for the hour that I've been in here?
Yes.
Daddy, can I use
Oh my God. You've been alone with her for an hour and you're irritated?
She wants chips.
this?
She wants chips.
Anyway. That was an experience. I know you guys wanted to see that. Where the fuck was I? I lost my place. Where the fuck was I? What was I talking about? What was I talking about? Anyway, I'm gonna do it. Another one down, another one down, another one bites the down spine. Okay. God, I'm hot. I am so hot. I'm so sweaty. I'm wearing my Chucky shirt. You can't see it. Good. And like my Chucky shirt. If you don't know who Chucky is, you're too young to be on this channel. So go. That's life. That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. They're starting to lift restrictions on our quarantines. I'm still on the fence about this because I feel like I might still stick it out in the house mostly for a couple more weeks, just, you know, because I know all the stupid people are going to rush into the streets and no mask, no gloves, no nothing, and they're going to start coughing on each other, and then this whole pandemic thing is just going to just blow up again. and then I'm just gonna be back to stuck in my house and not being able to leave. So to protect myself and to protect my 3-year-old, I will probably still stay home for a little bit longer. Unless I have to go out for like groceries or hit up the McDonald's drive-thru and order like 40 nuggets that I don't need. Hopefully all of you guys are staying safe and protected, and for the most part staying home. If you're an essential worker and you have to leave the house, then you gotta do what you gotta do to take care of your fams. If you are a frontline worker, doctors, nurses, whatever, thank you so much. You guys are fucking awesome. I appreciate everything you do. I know a shit ton of other people appreciate everything you do. There's still gonna be those people out there that are not gonna be appreciative because they're assholes. But for the most part, we all love you and appreciate you and hope they give you more money and hope that you get accolades and fucking medals and all that good stuff, because y'all are real MVP and y'all deserve that shit. What else? Anything else? Anything else? Still got anything else? No? My hair looks terrible. I can't be bothered. I literally can't be bothered. Like I can't lift my arm higher than like, can't do it. So this is what we get. Haven't had a haircut. I need a fucking haircut. Like, can a stylist cut hair around a mask that's tucked behind my ears? Because that might be one of the first things I brave out, like when they start opening stuff back up. Because I need a fucking haircut. It looks terrible all the time. All the time. Like these ends are just completely dead. My hair is thinning and falling out, but we're not going to talk about that because there's nothing the stylist can fucking do about that. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe, and I hope that, you know, you're getting by in these quarantine times. If you suffer from anxiety like I do, or if you suffer from depression, these times are particularly hard on, you know, those types of people. And I just hope that if you need to talk to somebody, you have somebody that you can reach out to. If you don't have someone you can reach out to, hit me up in my DMs and I will chat with you, because everybody needs somebody. Like Bob Ross says, every tree needs a friend. You know what I mean? I'll be your tree. Talk to me. Yo, Stacey, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, baby. If you don't get that reference, we can't be friends. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Can't do it. Fucking Goofy movie was the epitome of animated perfection. Get out of here. Get out of here with your bullshit.